On April 19th, 2023, KGPC Radio, right here in Oakland, aired an interview that I had with Oakland Chinatown Chamber of Commerce President, Mr. Carl Chan. This was a great conversation and one that was a long time coming. For in my 3 years as president, throughout, Mr. Chan and the Oakland Chinatown Chamber have been great friends, not only with me, but also with Laney College as a whole. This was a brief conversation, one that I hope you'll enjoy. And as always, I hope you'll continue to listen to the President's Desk podcast on 96.9 KGPC. Log on at kgpc969.org or continue to watch and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks as always and enjoy.
And it's always great to welcome colleagues to the show, but it's even better to welcome friends. And I would like to welcome from the Oakland Chinatown Chamber of Commerce, he's affectionately known as the mayor of Chinatown, Mr. Carl Chan. Carl, how are you today?
Well, very good. And I'm so thankful that I'm being part of this podcast. And it's good to seeing you and everybody.
No, it's wonderful. Could you tell us, our listeners are around the state, but a lot of our listeners are our students. Could you tell us about your role with the Oakland Chinatown Chamber of Commerce?
Well, people know about our city, and definitely they know about Oakland Chinatown. And Oakland Chinatown has been around for so many, many years. And in fact, we are pretty much a partnership with Laney College for many, many years. Why? I'll tell you, many people that, they worked in Oakland Chinatown, and even people I know since I've been in Oakland for many, many years. And I have friends, they attended Laney College. And many people, because of the classes being offered, and especially many immigrants coming to this country, right. And language is a basic issue. And sometimes, you can call that obstacle, but when you come to Laney College, they offer classes. And so many people that I know, they have been benefited because attending Laney College. So Oakland Chinatown is basically, when you, how I should describe Oakland Chinatown, I always describe it as it's a city within a city.
Yes,
when you come and walk into Chinatown, not only that you will see businesses, restaurants, and pretty much any type of business, that you will see in Oakland, and you will see in Oakland Chinatown. And again, every day when you walk to Chinatown, I know that, we have farmers market, once a week. But in Oakland Chinatown...
What day of the week is the farmers market?
Well, on Friday, you can see it in the old Oakland. But in Oakland Chinatown, I'm referring to like a daily farmers market every single day. You can purchase, your fresh vegetables, anything that you can think of. But most importantly, it really is a community not only comprised with immigrants, but it's about everybody.
Yes, it is.
And so it's, it's also an attraction, cultural attraction. And so that people can come and to our city of Oakland, but also enjoying cultural experience in Oakland Chinatown.
Carl, last week, certainly we all came together, not just the chamber, but the Oakland Asian Cultural Center. And we put on the employment boot camp for many of our students for whom English is not their first language. Can you talk about what events like that mean to the chamber?
It means a lot. Because number one, and first, I was so thankful that Laney College was able to bring it over to inside Oakland Chinatown, so that there were many people were able to attending, this event. So they have learned so much, and also about opportunities. I also want to emphasize one thing. When people talking about Laney College, they just think about education. It's a lot more than that.
Sure.
It's about opportunity. It's about career. It's also about the future. And, many people are relying on information and education and programs provided. Just like what you said, Laney College is not only, people say, I'll come to you, they'll come directly to college and to the site, but you also bring programs to the outside of the college. So that's something that is actually helping us.
So I know one of the big focuses has been English and helping with language skills, but what are some other areas where the Oakland Chinatown community has said, we need Laney programs, we need job training? What are some departments that seem to rise to the front for you?
Well, let me tell you, there are many, many benefits, being taken advantage by many of us, including Oakland Chinatown. Because many people, they have got training, culinary skills, and they also got vocational skills. And that's where they get jobs. When I'm saying jobs, normally it's much better jobs. So I think that's
careers, not just jobs.
Oh, yes. And I also have seen many people, they have advanced to a four-year college because they attended Laney College. and which has been helping them tremendously in the future. That's the reason why I said also building their future.
In addition to creating opportunities such as those that you mentioned, and I thought the culinary arts program was a great example. In addition to that partnership, Laney and Oakland Chinatown come together to celebrate. I really thought the Lunar New Year celebration that we had recently was great. Could you tell our listeners a little bit about that and maybe what they have to look forward to in the future?
Absolutely. So there are many events happening in our city. In Oakland Chinatown, hosting by the Oakland Chinatown Chamber of Commerce, we have our annual Lunar New Year celebration. So basically toward Lunar New Year, and we will block off pretty much Chinatown for 2 days. And people can celebrate Lunar New Year, and we have vendors coming in, we have performances, and we partnership with all nonprofit organizations, businesses, especially with Laney College. So that is something that we do. And also in the summertime, this year it's going to be in August, Street Fest, and which is I'm looking forward to having all of you to support, joining us again.
I'll be there. I will absolutely be there, Carl. Yeah.
Yes. I was going to ask you, are there any other events that you have planned during the course of the year?
Oh, yes. And basically, I have been talking to President Besikof about how we can hopefully creating some additional programs catering to each community. And for our community, we've been talking about how we can advancing. First of all, nowadays, especially immigrants, they need the skills learning how to use a computer and some basic skills. You'll be surprised. Mm-hmm. Many people don't have it. And I know Laney College also helping us to get Wi-Fi services. So that's something huge for our community. So now people have cell phone, but sometimes the cell phone is only good to make phone call. But remember, it's a lot more than that. Many people can actually learn, basic skills, the computer skills, but also learning what they can do with the computer, basic information. So which is something that we are looking forward to be working with Laney College.
And Felicia, last week it was great. I was privileged to attend the boot camp that took place. And in addition to things like computer skills, at this particular event, they were helping students by looking at their job portfolios, doing mock interviews, a lot of that kind of thing, just to do prep, for that next step in their career. Yeah.
I was always curious. So what street does Chinatown start at?
It's a good question. If you asked me many years ago, it was only like one block. One street. But now that we have been expanding, the core area for the commercial area, we are talking about like 7 to about 10, 11th Street. And then, when you are talking about the entire Chinatown, we're talking about from Broadway all the way down to Laney College and 6th, 7th Street all the way down to about 14th Street.
One thing that's been great about our relationship, Carl, has been, of course, I think we have worked together as soldiers that fight against API hate. I think that's something that we've done. But I think also we've wanted to extend that bridge of welcoming and embracing the community. Could you speak a little bit about what that's meant to you?
Yes, it means a lot because, remember, the value of this country is about diversity.
Yes.
And, while we're talking about AAPI hate, we have to learn something about, we have to work together and helping each other. It's not only about the Asian community. We have to promote love, not hate. Sure. Whether it's Asian, Black, Hispanic, white, anybody, we all have to learn how to work together. And this is why we are as a community. We should not be separated. We should be united.
I think in life, we are all students. I think that's something to say. And certainly a lot of your efforts to bring the community together have caught the attention of not just the Bay Area, but the country. And I still remember getting a phone call saying, Rudy, when you spoke at the January 2021 rally, it got on PBS. It was on there. Rudy, I saw you. I remember that happened. As you've gone through that experience, what have you learned of just being a student of life? What have you learned just going through the process?
I'm so glad that you talk about learning. Learning is pretty much just not one day. It's ongoing. So we are learning almost every single day. One thing that I've learned, I guess, I can share it with everyone. And we learned that how to share, number one, information, and how to tell people why we should love each other. And in addition, there are also, I hate to talk about politics. Sometimes politics can divide people, but that's the reason why we need to learn how to work as a community. And learning has to start somewhere. It has to start from your family, school, social media, workplace, and almost everywhere you go. And we can learn from each other. So I'm hoping that, remember, learning But again, if you ask me, where I would start, let's just start with Laney College.
Oh, and we're so pleased to have you as a partner, Carl.
Did you attend Laney?
I did. And
What'd you take?
Actually, you'll be surprised. I was taking a few courses and I learned so much. In fact, I'll tell you, many of my friends got advanced and becoming doctors, becoming, whatever they are now, and opening up different businesses. Many of them, actually, they all went to Laney College. So again, remember, Laney College is for everyone. And we are here to support not only for our community. I think we need to becoming partners so that we can promote education for everyone.
Carl, just as far as the relationship between Oakland Chinatown and Laney College, there's certainly a lot to discuss and definitely look forward to welcoming you back. Are you willing to come back for a future show?
I love to, and this is great. I think that, in this studio, all these people are so lovely, so nice, and topic is about almost people we can listening to it, and we can learn from each other. So thanks for inviting me to be part
Absolutely.
of the
And
podcast.
just for our listeners, and certainly as part of this message, if it's not just English, please go ahead. But for our listeners, if they want to reach out to you or the Oakland Chinatown Chamber of Commerce, do you have an email or a phone number?
Oh, yes.
What
So
works best?
the phone number you can call to the Oakland Chinatown Chamber of Commerce is 510-893-8979. But also, you can also reaching out to our president at Laney College. He knows all my phone number, including my home number. Okay.
Yes, I do. Yes, and for a small fee, I provide all of them, including a number to contact you at 3 a.m, right?
Thank you.
All right. Great. Thank you so much, Carl, and we look forward to welcoming you back.
Thank you.